students. So in the last lecture we have seen the different waste, what is waste, and we have discussed about the solid waste, right? We have discussed the solid type of waste, so which has the two different types in it, wet waste and dry waste. So all the kitchen waste comes into the wet waste and the other waste will come into the dry waste. All the plastic, metal, glass, paper, all this will come into the dry waste. So today we will discuss the further part. So some solid waste rot when buried under the soil. This decay, you will underline the word decay. This decay of waste happens with the help of air, water and tiny organisms. So the waste becomes part of the soil. Example, cow dung, dry leaves, leftover food. So student, all this solid waste and especially the one which is wet waste in solids, wet waste. So it decomposes into the soil. It decays यानी वो soil के साथ एक time के बाद mix हो जाता है. पूरी तरह से वो soil में अपने आप को mix कर लेता है. After some period of time, it gets mixed with the soil. And why it happens? It happens because of the air around, all the moisture present in air, and there are few organisms, few tiny microorganisms in soil which eats them, right? Which eat that leftover food or all those garbage, all the wet waste, solid waste, and it decomposes, it decays in the soil. So it gets mixed. For example, they have given you the cow dung. Even the cow dung you must have seen where it is on the soil. So it gets mixed with the soil. After some time it will dry and then it will decay, right? So that is the decay. So dry leaves also, there are few leaves which fall off from the trees and they automatically gets vanished after some time, right? So that is the decay in the soil. Some solid waste do not decay when buried in the soil, and there are some solid waste which do not decay, and those are plastic bottles, bags, glass pieces. So these waste, they will not get decay. So that's why it is important to bifurcate them, to make them different, right? Now this was about solid waste. Students, now we will see what is liquid waste. As we discussed, there are three types of waste. One is solid waste, the other is liquid waste, and the third one is gaseous waste. So now you have understood what is solid waste. Now we will see what is liquid waste. So liquid is water, right? Liquid is something water. So how does liquid waste come from? So we will see waste in the liquid form is known as a liquid waste. For example, waste water from house and factories. So whatever the waste water we have in our house, that is all the drainage water, the kitchen wall water, the kitchen के लिए जो purpose water जो हम करते हैं utensils clean करने के लिए, वो सारा पानी, toilet and bathroom का पानी, all that waste water, all the drainage water is your liquid waste. Even the waste liquid from the factories also, from big factories, big industries, they have their waste water and it comes in the form of liquid waste, right? So that is your liquid waste. Now we will see what is gaseous waste. That picture itself tells you. You can see the pictures which they have given you. The gaseous waste from the factories, from the vehicles and the firecrackers. So this causes the gaseous waste, students. So gaseous waste in the form of gas, it's called gaseous waste. So example, smoke from vehicles and factories and many other human activities. So all the smoke which comes out is your gaseous waste. So these were the main three types of waste, students. Okay. So here they have given you the waste generated in different places may differ. Waste from cities mainly includes paper, plastic bottles, glass pieces, kitchen waste and so on. And waste from villages mostly includes the waste from fields and farms. It can be in the form of animal waste such as cow dung, stalks of the harvested crops, dry leaves and so on. So students, it differs. The cities waste is different and the village waste is different. Cities will have all the plastic bags, plastic bottles, glass pieces and kitchen waste and so on. And what the village will have? Villages will have all the farm waste. Farming करते समय जो भी कचरा होता है, whatever the waste is collected, that waste. It can also be the cow dung, स्टाक ऑफ द क्रॉप्स, दैट मीन्स जब क्रॉप्स का हार्वेस्टिंग होता है उस समय जो कचरा निकलता है, उस समय जो वेस्ट पार्टिकल्स जो होते हैं, दैट ऑल विल कम अंडर द विलेज वेस्ट. सो इट डिफर्स फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस. द वेस्ट डिफर्स फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, as we have seen, there are different color of beans, and what is the reason behind it we will see in this section. What happens if we litter around our surroundings? Litter is to spread waste, to spread garbage, right? So what happens if we litter around our surroundings with garbage? Some waste will decay and some will stink. So if you throw the waste anywhere around your surrounding, will all the waste decay? Will all the waste get mixed with the soil? No. So what will happen? It will start stinking. Stinking means it will start smelling. All the flies and mosquitoes will sit on them, right? And it may spread diseases. So is it good? No. So flies and worms will breed on the garbage. This may cause diseases to spread. So dry waste like broken pieces of glasses or nails can cause injury during handling. So if you throw the glass pieces or any other sharp things anywhere, so it may hurt some other person, right? So waste materials are harmful and they also make our surrounding dirty. So they are harmful and it makes our surrounding dirty. So waste has to be disposed of carefully, right? So the process of getting rid of the waste is called waste disposal. So you will underline this sentence. The process of getting rid of the waste is called waste disposal. So properly managing all this waste is the waste disposal. Getting rid of it means getting out of it, right? So we should dispose this waste properly, and for that different things are being done, different processes are being applied. So that's why it is very important. So we must follow the following steps for easy waste disposal. So they have given us few steps which we need to follow. What are those steps, students? First one they have given you is sorting of waste material, which we have discussed. We should learn to sort the waste. Sort karna yani alag alag karna. So it is important of sorting of waste material. So we must sort waste into wet and dry waste. We must also sort waste based on their ability to decay in soil. So students, first thing which we are going to do is we will sort the waste into wet waste and dry waste, and also we will see to it that whichever waste is easy to decay in soil. Soil में जो जल्दी से waste decay हो जाएगा, mix हो जाएगा, उसे हम अलग से रखेंगे because it is easy. It is easy to dispose. But the other waste, that is the plastic waste or the glass bottle or other metal substances, we should sort them differently, right? So this thing we should do. Second one they have given you is disposing of waste in different beans. So what you can do is you can dispose them in different beans, different number of beans. So we should dispose the sorted waste materials in separate beans of different colors, and labels should be used. So you will take different color beans and you will label them, right? So do you know what happens to the waste after you sort it and dispose of in different colored beans? You must, as we have discussed it earlier, जब ये सारा कचरा अलग अलग कलर के डस्टबिन्स में डाला जाता है, ऑलरेडी वो डिफ्रेंशिएट किया जाता है, सॉर्ट किया जाता है, उसके बाद उस कचरे का क्या होता है? हैव यू वंडर्ड व्हाट हैपेंस टू दैट गार्बेज? सो लेट अस सी. Open to your next page. So if you can see these pictures here, can you see? So in some cities and villages, waste materials are collected from different places using garbage trucks. Trucks carry these waste materials to dumping yards. Some waste is burned in big oven-like machines. Some waste is buried in the soil, while other waste materials are reused to make some useful products. So whatever the waste has been collected, big trucks come in some cities and some villages. Big truck comes, they take all those waste together and they go in a big dump yard, right? ओपन स्पेस होती है बहुत बड़ी, सो उस डंपिंग यार्ड में ये सारे वेस्ट को लिया जाता है एंड फ्रॉम दैट विच एवर वेस्ट मटेरियल सॉइल के साथ मिक्स हो जाएगा, सॉइल में डीके हो जाएगा, उसको एक बड़े से खड्डा करते हैं, ऐसा डिग करते हैं एक बड़ा सा होल, उसमें वो सारा बरीड किया जाता है, वो पूरा कचरा उस सॉइल के अंदर डाला जाता है एंड इट इज़ बरीड, राइट? उसके अंदर वो डाल दिया जाता है. अदर वेस्ट जो सॉइल में डीके नहीं होगा, उस वेस्ट को बड़े से ओवन्स, यू कैन सी हियर दे हैव गिवन यू सम पिक्चर, ऐसे बिग ओवन्स में वो कचरा डाला जाता है जहाँ पे वो कचरा बर्न होता है. द garbage is been burned in such big oven like machines. And the other waste, कुछ वेस्ट ऐसे होते हैं जिनको हम वापस इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, we can reuse them. So such materials, such waste are being reused by making some new products out of it, right? So these are the different techniques. In places where there is no garbage disposal system, people throw the waste in open fields. They may burn their household waste in their backyard. This makes the surroundings dirty, unhygienic and polluted. So in few places, mostly in villages or some places, what happens? The people don't dispose the waste properly. They just put all the waste in the backyard and they burn it. So if you burn that waste, all the smoke will come out and it will pollute the air. It is very unhygienic, right? It is not good for health. So few people do in this way, so which is very wrong. So here we have discussed the different techniques which are used in disposal of waste, and we have discussed the different types. So in the next lecture we will see the application part, students. I hope you have understood the chapter till here. Thank you.